Hi, everybody. Hey, good evening. This is the Scores Are, and it is Sunday evening, and I'm going to recap the events of Sunday, February 6th. I don't think we did very well, but let's take a look. Let's see what happened. Okay, game one. There was only 16 games, so this will be a really quick video. Game one was Providence visiting Georgetown, laying 6.5. Computer said 14. And the final score here was Providence 71-52. Pretty close to our prediction there. So we covered the 6.5, and that's a win. That's a win for the old computer. Let's see here. Yeah, we want to do it this way. Okay. Yeah, I don't want that. Next up is Iona traveling to Niagara, laying 7.5. Computer said 15. And Niagara won the game. It was 71-80. Niagara. So take that, Rick Pitino. What are you going to do about that, huh? So plot thickens there in the MAC, which I'm keeping my eye on. Why am I struggling so much so far? There we go, and there we go. Okay. Next game we have was a money line. We have Canisius at home laying 1.5 to Manhattan, and computer said Manhattan would win the game. So what happened here? So Canisius won 77-70 is what happened, and that there goes our money line, and that's a loss. Next up is Ohio State at home to Maryland, laying 9.5. Computers at only 7. Let's see, did Maryland show up to fight, or did Maryland not show up to fight? And not to fight. 82-67. That's a team mailing it in. And they deserve the loss, and I just don't feel like we deserve the loss. We had all the faith in the world in you, Maryland. All you had to do is show up and put up a little bit of a fight, and you would have, well, you still would have lost, but we would have won. We took you as a dog. Next game, Loyola, God dang it. The Ramblers are visiting Missouri State. That I can pronounce. Laying 1.5, we see a 5-point game, and the final score was 71-62. The Ramblers of Chicago, the tennis school that starts with L. It's a win. So only 16 games, so every game is important. And we go 2 and 3 on the first string there. Okay, next up, St. Peter's at home, laying 4.5 to Marist. Computer said only be a 1-point game. And St. Peter's won by 16. Good job, computer. 66-50. And that's a loss. Yeah, I didn't think we are going to do that well today. Just, little glances at the scores I was getting from time to time and thinking about what the predictions were. Monmouth on the road to Quinnipiac. 3.5 is the line. Monmouth won 76-63 for a win and a cover. A precious win for the computer. I remember saying this was probably the safest play of the day. I did sneak a peek on this one. Fairfield at home laying 5.5 to Siena. Computer backed that up, saying it would be an 8-point victory. And so what? Of course, what happened? Of course, Siena won the game, 56-62. So that's a loss. Tell you what, man, Fairfield at home, lose Siena, it's absolutely madness. The madness is now. Good. The March stuff, that's okay. It's entertaining, but this is madness. This should not have happened. It's absolute madness. Purdue Fort Wayne at home to Green Bay, laying 9.5. Computer said only 9. And that game score was 71-55, Purdue Fort Wayne. I have a feeling they covered that 9. In fact, my feeling is so strong, I'm going to go ahead and make that a red. Cleveland State at home, laying 9.5 to Milwaukee. Computer said 14, so we took Cleveland State. And Cleveland State won 84-71. That's a win. It's a win, but it's just another 2 and 3 string. And we only have one string left. Akron on the road to Miami of Ohio, laying 2.5. Computers said it'd be a 6-point Akron win. And Akron won 71-59. Ooh, real close. Real close. Folks, we had 2 perfect predictions yesterday. Yesterday alone. That was our 3rd and 4th of the year. These are hard to do. But yeah, 2 in one day. What have I? No, I think I messed it up. Monmouth on the road. Yeah, no, that's right. Hit Control C, which would copy that. But no, I hit Control. San Diego State at home to Nevada, laying 12.5. We said it'd be a 16-point game. And San Diego State won 65-63, so just a 2-point game. And that's a loss for the computer. I think Nevada is going through some trials and tribulations, just my guess. And the back's up against the wall, and they felt like get this win. On the road, they played hard. You know, it's amazing, Maryland, when your back is against the wall, how better you play. You mailing it in here. Stanford at home to Washington, laying 5.5. The computer agreed, said it would be an 8-point victory. And Stanford wins 87-69. So a win and a cover for the computer and Stanford, and everybody wins except Washington. They don't win. Iowa at home to Minnesota, laying 12.5. Computer said only 12. Thank you. And Iowa won 71-59. So we're going to let this. So if it was 60, it'd be 11. So it's 12. Wow. Okay. So exactly how we suggested, and we won by that 0.5 point. You always forget about when you lose by that. You always forget about the time you won by that 0.5 point. Houston, folks, I'm telling you, we're gonna look at the rankings here in just a moment. All year long, I've been talking about Houston. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man, are they good? Here they are at Cincinnati, a really good team, and they're at Cincinnati, and it's 80-58. Now, how good is that team? How good is that team? Well, I think I have the answer. We're going to find out here in moments. I think I know how good they are. Okay, wow, look at this. 4-1 this string. And we have one last game, and it's a money line play. We say little old Wyoming's going to roll into big old Fresno State and come out with a 2-point victory. It's pretty laughable, right? I mean, Fresno's been really good this year. Well, secretly, just between you and I, Wyoming's been really good too. As a matter of fact, I don't discount this theory for a second. So let's see what happened. So guess what? Wyoming rolled into Fresno and walked out with a 2-point victory. Exactly how the computer said it would happen. And that is pretty damn cool. Pretty doggone cool, man. Think about that. Computer, I mean, it kind of flew in the face of, I guess, conventional wisdom, suggesting that would happen. And then it did happen. So we want to take all the credit for that. Good job, computer. That's a money line win. And we like to do big things with these money line wins because they're super cool. I wonder. I'll do it another day. I just want to know what that payback was because I got to think, I got to know. I got to know right now. I'm just afraid it's going to take me a little bit of time. So let's see if I can't just punch up Wyoming. There they are. So let's go and look at the money lines. I'm doing this on Vegas Insider. And so, okay, so if you bet $100, you got 140 back, plus the 100, plus your original 100. So that's why we make these big deals. This is straight up play. You give them $100, Akron wins, covers, You get your original 100 plus another 100, right? Now we had two plays here. We had this straight up conventional play, which paid us back 2-1, just like this one did. And then we did a money line play, and that paid us back, what did I say? $140. $140. So, that's why these things are good to hit, and we've hit a number of them this year. We only got one tonight, but we do go. Well, no, I don't know how much because we have to put this victory in, and we go 9 wins, 7 losses, 56.25 with the one money line brings us that much closer. Why is this off? R7 divided by V7. R7. Did I clear that? Yeah, I did. Here, watch this. Pretty amazing. All I'm going to do is add these two. And this is going to come back to life. How about that, folks? Well, I know what I'm doing. I must have hit the space bar on that or something. So 477 wins to 440 losses, 52.02 on the year with the 97 money line wins. Wow. So talked earlier in the prediction show about the rankings, and I was able to resort these things and get, Sunday night I do this whole thing where I wrap up the whole week. I make some tweaks and adjustments to some of their higher end teams. We'll get into it at another time, but it's something I have to do to keep things reined in. And then after the final game has been played on Sunday, because they always play on pretty early, I do the rankings. And here's how we look tonight. We have Gonzaga number 1, Houston. Remember I was just talking about how good Houston was? This is how good they are. They're number 2 in the nation, good. Tied with Arizona with the same overall power rating. And then a bit of a gap. Baylor number 4, Kentucky number 5, UCLA 6, Kansas 7, Tennessee 8, Villanova 9, Purdue 10. And some might disagree with USC at 11 and with LSU at 13. And I am among those that would disagree with those. Texas Tech, good to see Texas Tech pulling up. They had them kind of low. Now they're number 12, and I think they're going to we'll get rid of these laggards. And Texas Tech, I think, is going to climb into the top 10. Texas tied with LSU for number 13. If they play, Texas would beat them by 20, neutral court. Duke at number 15, Auburn, kind of some missteps this week. Fall to number 16, Illinois. Number 17, I firmly believe Illinois needs to be way north of this. But they did have some trouble early in the season, especially on the road. UConn, number 18, Alabama, number 19, Xavier, number 20. And a couple I don't know that I agree with. Iowa at 21, Washington State at 22. What? Well, they're tied for 21. I don't think I agree with that. Not when you see what's behind them here. Michigan State, St. Mary's, Indiana, Ohio State, Arkansas, Seton Hall. Are you kidding me right now about this? Washington State? I don't think so. I don't think so, computer. Okay, we went at Seton Hall. Then we got San Diego State, Lloyd. We got the Ramblers. They're at number 30. Marquette, Wisconsin, Iowa State. Okay, these all seem to be pretty well in line. Stanford, Florida, Oklahoma, Boise at number 37. I had of Oregon, but Oregon had some early troubles too. Providence, I think Providence is better than 39. Got Vatech here, Wake Forest, San Francisco, which I've been red alerting all season. USF is a tremendous ball club. UAB, quietly, very well. Mississippi State, Michigan, Memphis, Utah State. We'll take this up to number 50. Oklahoma State at 48, North Carolina at 49. We're going to take this to 51. St. Louis at 50, and TCU, they're tied. But TCU, I feel needs to be up higher. They're a tough out, man. They show up ready to play and scrap every dang day. So we were late getting there. Gonzaga had those 2 early season losses, but that's all they've had, just those 2 early season losses. Everyone else seems to have some blemishes, except with the exception of Houston and Arizona. Baylor's had some blemishes. Kentucky had some early on blemishes. UCLA had some early on. Kansas, of course, lost at home to Kentucky by about 300 points. Blemishes here, not so much Villanova. I mean, Baylor did take them to task, but Nova's strong. They're good. I think they did have a recent loss that was a little bit perplexing. Let's go take a look at Villanova. This is the computer, folks. Every game score in all 35 conferences have been recorded and put through our little deal down here, which you could call it an algorithm, but I hate that word. I call it putting it through our machinations. But here's Villanova. Yeah, they did. They lost at Marquette by 10. Yeah, so and then they lost at home to Marquette. So Marquette's got their number. But other than that, Villanova has just been really strong. So I think number 9 is appropriate. I think it is. I think that's not too bad. I mean, you're talking about 358 teams and compress these down to the top 50. Man, there's some good programs and there's some teams having some great years that are just getting pushed back. And because you got teams like Villanova pushing them back. So anyways, that's it, folks. Good week for the computer, I guess. 56% tonight, 47. We went, this was Saturday, 140 something games. We won 47%, but we did get those 12 money line plays. So I think we walked out of the casino even money, if not plus a little bit. 59% here, 55%. We had a 64% night. And that was on the heels of these 2 nights in the 30s. So I think computer is getting its bearings. And as I have mentioned, we're fighting this home court advantage, and it's real. Home court advantage is real. That's why when Wyoming overcomes it and beats a good team on their home court, that is respectable. I mean, at the very minimum. That's a pretty big deal. But home court does play a role here. I think this home court, because I don't do anything to mitigate. Okay? I've tried a scientific way of figuring out how many points do I give to the home team. Now I'm looking for something universal. So if I'm going to give 12 points to Duke, I got to give 12 points to Purdue Fort Wayne when they're at home. Okay, I can't find anything universal. Tried it. No key there. I mean, it just didn't work. So I'm not doing anything to mitigate home court advantage. And I think that's why, we're just not performing like I'd like to. But when we get into the conference tournaments and the big tournaments beyond, that's all neutral court. And guess what? This goes much higher, way higher. So really, we're going to play this whole season. We're going to build, every one of these conferences. We're going to build up all the data, and we're really going to play it out for probably a month worth of getting really good winning percentages against the line. We don't never forget that. We're doing this against the point spread. So we'll see when that time comes. We still have a few more weeks of battling home court advantage here. And I don't expect we're going to get too much better than this. We'll have our good nights. We'll have our bad nights. But I just don't expect to get too much better. Now, the computer does get a little bit more accurate with the more data. But I just don't see getting too much more until it's neutral court season. And then that's the greatest time of the year. Okay. I think that's all I got to say tonight. It's Sunday, so that means tomorrow's Monday. So we all go back to work. And, have a great week at work. Have a great week. And I will now bid you adieu.